this is Jackie from Gagnon Crafts and Life here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today I'm going to show you some of my sewing projects I've been up to. Before we get into that, I will say that you might have noticed, if you've been following, some of my floss tube videos are about to come down. I haven't taken them down yet, but I noticed that even though I watched them back and I could see the video, now I can only hear the audio and I can't see the video when I'm on YouTube. And I feel like it might be like that for you guys too. So I'm going to take some of them down and work on getting some other footage of those projects again uploaded. I have been taking some video of different things for the last month or so. I just haven't been able to upload them yet, or YouTube's been giving me a little bit of a hard time with videoing, so I thought I would do this about my sewing, and if it works and uploads, I can make some of those other videos again about some of the other cross-stitch items I've been working on, crochet blankets, things like that. So here we go. Don't mind I'm cold, by the way. It's I live in Connecticut in the United States, and I don't know what the degrees is outside right now, but it's cold and we don't really have our heat on right now, so bear with me. I have a few sewing projects to show you. I've decided to make some bags for Christmas gifts, but the first thing I'm going to show is this cup holder. Has a Velcro strap, so it can go, the reason behind these bags and a lot of these designs is we have camping chairs outside, or the white plastic chairs, and instead of trying to get my stuff always to put it on a table, which might have dirt on it, sand on it, people might be using it for food, the kids put their toys on it, and I don't always want to put my crafts on that table, or if we are out camping, might not be a table next to my chair. I've designed these things to go on those chairs. They also, if you Google search for different patterns, you might find some for walkers or wheelchairs, and it's a similar pattern to those you can find when Googling. I kind of looked at a lot of them and chose things from different areas to make my own kind of design and what I wanted. This is my first of the cup holders, although I don't think I'm going to I'll probably only make a few more of these ones. And it was with the edges of the fabric, so I definitely made some sewing mistakes, especially on the bottom. I knew I was supposed to sew the other way around, and then I ended up with this where you can see the hem on the outside. Live and learn. I also made a mistake sewing the round bits together, but it is lined. I turn it inside out. It does have like a squared bottom, and then you sew around. I just sewed the wrong way. I don't remember which way I was supposed to have done it. I think I'd have to go back and look at some of the instructions I was following and kind of mixing together, and at some point I mixed them together and it was the opposite of what I wanted it to be. But I also sewed on a strip of Velcro so that it can go over the chair that it's hanging on. And some of these are also made to be shorter. I made mine long enough for my water bottle and wide enough for my water bottle, so that when it is hanging, this water bottle won't like fall off out of it. It has enough coverage that it's over halfway. It also works for like my coffee cups and other things that I use personally. The next piece, we're gonna go smallest, is I made a thread catcher. So this one's kind of cross stitch adjacent. It's a little book with fabric on the outside, felted on the inside. Has little places for like my threader, little pocket for my threader, and my scissors are usually also in here now. A place for like extra needles. And then if I open it the whole way up, and I kind of haven't thrown them away yet, I have just two felted pieces where instead of having an Orc catcher, because my cat will put her paw into the orc catcher and pull it all out. So I can't have one near me, and to constantly open it and close it has been annoying. So instead I now have like this kind of laid out next to me, and every time I make a cut, I just kind of, it sticks onto here and it travels, and they don't really fall off when you give it a shake. But if I go over to the trash, I can just wipe it down and all these little thread pieces come off. It's also used by my sewing machine, so when I'm cutting some of the extra threads off, I can just kind of put them on here. Same deal. Right now I think this is mostly sewing machine thread, not so much cross stitch thread. And a little book design. I didn't figure out a closure for it, but it's just my little companion. I've also made these tiny zip bags that have a zipper in the top part and is lined on the inside. I don't remember if I already have this in one of my videos or if it's one of the videos that I have to take down, so I'm going to show this one again. This was my version 1.0 bag for the chairs. On the back, it has 2 straps to go over, again, a camping chair, a white plastic chair, anything that has, and they're long, so that if I have some other chairs that actually use them in the living room too, to put them over the backs of the chairs. If you have more that you have to go over, I made these longer in my next set, because I noticed that this was pretty short and wasn't very sticky. If you had a bigger circle or thing that you're trying to wrap it around, version 2.0 got better with that. And then the front of my bag has a pocket, and on the inside it is lined, and I have a small pocket on the top. Did I put a second pocket on the inside of this one, version 1.0? I did not. I used this for a couple of months during the summer, like the end, or a month or so at the end of the summer, quite a few times, and enough to give me ideas of what I wanted to do to improve upon it. So, and I still had enough of this green fabric to make myself a version 2.0. So, with version 2.0, as mentioned before, these straps are longer and the Velcro piece is longer. So if I do have a thick thing that it needs to go around, I still have quite a bit of Velcro that is attaching, even with a larger rod you're putting it around on both sides. And I'm just going to put them all the way down. On this version, because carrying that bag inside and outside, if I wasn't leaving it attached to the chair, carrying it without a handle and just these guys was very hard. So I attached a longer handle to this one that I can wear over one shoulder and kind of like a messenger bag. Or you can wear it on one side and tie it to make it shorter, to make it more purse-like. When it is the full length though, and it is attached to a chair, it does go and it falls nicely underneath my bag. So it's not getting bunched up where you're hooking it on, and it doesn't like get in the way of the pockets. It comes down the sides nicely and kind of hooks underneath. This version 2.0 also has a zipper on the top. Still not the best idea, I don't think, for this kind of bag. My zippers also just weren't long enough, and I didn't order ones that were the right size. The front pocket has a zippered opening also, and it is aligned. Sorry, I can't see if I can see this in here. It is a lined front pocket. And there it is with the zippered shut. And the top also has that. And I also added additional pockets on the inside. So I do have this nice, I call it like my pen pocket up top. It's about this big. And it is lined, you know, it's the lining, but it's also lined on the inside of this one. Made it a little bit more sturdier than version 1. And it can fit pens or little things that I might just want to kind of reach in and grab. scissors or my thread, or if I just have it stuck in there, the scissors, the thread catcher, the needle threader. If I turn this inside out, I'm not going to turn all the way inside out. There's another bigger pocket on the inside. Where? No? Okay, on this version, I did not put another pocket on the inside. Oh, I put a front pocket on it. Because I was realizing I didn't want just the back pocket. I also wanted one on the front. So very similar to the one on the back, there's an extra one on the front of this version. And then, I'm trying to remember the size of the fabric I had ordered from Amazon. Maybe they were fat quarters. I think it was like 20 inches by 20 inches. A little bit off from that of fabric. And I just had to have two pieces of those fabric in order to make this bag plus a couple extra goodies. So if that gives you sizing materials, I'll also have a design coming up for how I'm making these bags. I am writing out like my written instructions for how I'm making the cuts in the fabric, and I've been trying to duplicate it because I'm trying to make more of these kind of bags for Christmas for family. Very similar in design, has the back straps with the long, and here's comparison to like my version 1.0. Get them side by side. So originally I had very short pieces of Velcro, sewn in Velcro, and now I've definitely added a few inches to it to make them longer, both on this side and on this side, so that you can adjust for more rods you're going over. This one has a slightly smaller handle. Words are hard today. And because of the fabric size, I needed a third type to put in the middle. The next version of like from this sized material is going to have a slightly longer one of these. While this size is good for my sister-in-law who I've had try it, she's a little bit on a smaller side for shorter and smaller side for women and girls. And so it fits her. But I know for like my sister and for me or for anyone else, I'm going to need to make this piece in the middle longer. And you can't, oh, you can see it on the purple side. I didn't get to show you the other one. But I've also been able to do like hearts design down the middle of the straps. And for hers, she does also have a zipper pocket, front pocket. Turn it so you can see the zipper. That, like the rest of this, is has the, it's not, this piece is the same as the back piece, right? So that part's not the lined part. Although I guess I could have put a lining in there. But this front piece that comes out then also has our polka dot lining on the inside. On the top, instead of using a zipper, since I don't have the right size, the right length zippers to make it really functional, I have Velcro. And have tested this when it's hanging on a chair and you have unvelcroed it, it will stay unvelcroed. I was worried about, you know, you get up and move and all of a sudden now it's closed and you're trying to reopen it. But when it is hanging, it stays open if you want it open. And for hers, I will turn inside out because she does have more pockets on the inside. Oh, and her bag. So on the inside of hers, I do have a interior pocket that is just lined. And she also has that top pen, small item, quick to grab near the top pocket. And she has two more additional things, if I can find the second one. On the inside, right after the Velcro piece, I have this kind of a keychain hook where you could attach your keys to it or attach like a D-ring. And the way I sewed it on here is so that it can fall nicely into the bag and you don't have to be able to pull it out. But also even while it's Velcro closed, with the little bit of room you have on the edge here, you can pull it out and have it hanging out of the bag too. And there's another extra one, an extra kind of another tag similar like on the outside that you can hang your water bottle off of or hang something else, and I kind of reinforce the stitching on the top of that to allow for you to hang heavier items off your bag. Sometimes we will get like a D-ring and attach our water bottles with hooks to our bag so that it's not in the bag in case it spills. Or yeah, the kids' water bottles all have the same thing. And so a matching zipper pouch, very similar to the green one I had before, but again, since this one's a different fabric size, this one is a little bit taller and not quite as wide. But yeah, just a nice little zipper pouch that matches her bag and can be holding extra stuff inside of her bag. I feel like I'm missing an item that I sewed recently, but I can't think of what it is, and I don't have it here in front of me. So that's all I have for you today. Hopefully this uploads and you guys are able to view it. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. I will be showing if this does work. Obviously you're watching it, so you'll know that it does. And then I will have more videos that are kind of short like this for the big king size crochet Gagnon blanket I'm working on. Maybe other crochet blankets I've worked on in the past, Gagnon and non. And more cross stitch videos and floss tube videos, as it were, with other progress updates on lots of things I've been looking at and working on. So have a great day. Bye.